play it. Don't make me play it. We're risen. No, not risen. Please. Oh, please. No. Okay, alright. Where do I start? The idea was promising enough, like a medieval version of Lost. You're a stowaway on a ship with a mage that did battle with the Titan monster creature, but lost. So you wash up on a mysterious island with all these ancient ruins popping up all over the place. And there's a very ominous storm keeping everybody stranded. So you have to gather yourself and travel out into the unknown with only your wits, your survival skills, and anything that you can loot. And I love to loot. So at first, you're into it. And it was kind of cool that this is a more hardcore RPG, so that it forces you to do things like put away your weapon if you want to pick something up, or cook your own food, or pick berries. It has an unlimited storage system. There's no weight limit to all the stuff that you can loot, so you can pretty much just grab anything that isn't nailed down. Unfortunately, it commits the worst offense, the cardinal sin. It's boring. Boring weapons, boring armor, and boring loot. And without an interesting story and not a single unique, memorable character, there's not much point. I mean, honestly, at one point this master who was gonna teach me combat wanted me to sweep 10 dust piles in his room. Stellar quest, by the way. It was all epic, like this. Well, at least it would have been, had I cared, but I couldn't even find his damn room. Apparently, he meant, and the quest text meant, that he wanted me to sweep 10 piles up all around the compound, not his room. And I would have known that had the crap map and quest system bothered to point it out to me. Am I being unfair by picking out one of the busy quests? Well, no, because for me, it was one of the most memorable. It was frustrating and mundane. But okay, they're not all like that. They're mostly hit or miss. There's even one where you sell weed. Yeah, drugs. You were forced to become a drug dealer to loot out a killer. Hey man, are you looking for some stuff, man? I got it all, buddy. I got green alien, I got circle poppies, I got fucking goji berries, I got fucking watermelon mangoes, man. I got what you need, man. You want some? Oh, I know what you want. You want some weed.
Interested in some weed?
Actually, I'd better not.
You want to smoke a little, huh? I got you.
Quiet. I'm thinking.
But I will say one thing about the game. It has a massive amount of dialogue. But it's mostly just small talk that tends to drag on forever. And save often, because if you go on a quest and get killed, you're gonna have to go back to that quest giver and go through all of his dialogue options over and over and over. Just shut up. Just give me the damn quest.
Well, the number's 555-905. Wait a minute, that's my old number. That is so weird how your mind just goes blank.
For God's sake, just give me the damn number!
This game taught me that just because there is a massive amount of content does not make the game good. This is effort versus reward, and there's just not enough reward here to force yourself to trudge through it all. The entire game is flat, and it never has these epic moments. It's as if everything in this game is working against you, trying to piss you off on purpose. Combat uses a lock-on system, which is okay for one enemy, but when 4 wolves come at you, you're gonna de-lock and lock onto all these wolves that are surrounding you and flanking you. So you'll be flailing your arms about, not hitting anything but the air. Which is not very fun, it's frustrating. Pretty much everything just boils down to a prison fight. That's right, because most of the enemies jump backwards to avoid your attack, so what you have to do is position yourself so that the enemy is up against a wall and you start shanking them. You shank them. The AI freaks out. They don't know how to react to it. They don't know how to get out of it. But you know what? No, never mind. That exploit is actually a good thing in this game because it allows you to release your frustration that you've built up in this game. You just put up the enemy, just go, shut up. Yeah. This game is a mess. It's a technical mess. Every time you kill a single enemy, the whole game freezes, even if it's one enemy out in the middle of a field. It freezes for half a second for every single death blow. And if anything big happens, oh, forget it. The frame rate drops instantly. Which makes no sense because the graphics are below average. They're subpar. I mean, look at this stuff. Look. Oh, come on! Now, you're not even trying. You're just being lazy now. Look, original Xbox, the PlayStation 1 doesn't even do this. It looks terrible. And to hide all of this, they put most of the game in the dark, which you can't see anything in, and there's no gamma control. Oh yeah, that's right, no gamma control. You know what? I am sure of it. I am sure of it now, that this is just they're trying to piss us off with some cruel experiment. This is like the promise of cheese, except for with no cheese. Just nothing. It tries to mock you. Getting to your map is insanely overcomplicated because it's hidden under a bajillion button presses. Now look at this, watch. Every time I want to see where the hell I'm going, I have to open up the inventory screen with one of the D-pads. So I press over on the D-pad, it always ends up being the wrong one. I gotta press up, down, left, or right. You gotta press left. So you press left to open up the screen. Then in the left window, you have to make sure that you have it set to the correct area or faction. So you move over with the stick, and now you gotta select the quest because it doesn't save what last quest you're on. It just opens and you gotta select the quest. So then you go down and select the quest. So then you move over to this screen and then you go, okay, let me hit the shoulder buttons to get the right region of the map. You go from the world map to the region map to the quest map. And then when you're on the quest map, all you get is a golden arrow that you can't even see. You can't see it. It's hidden. And the only things marked on your map are the quest giver, not exactly the objectives or where you need to go. Then as soon as you're done looking at your map, you close your inventory screen and an animal starts to beat the out of you, which spins you around, and now you don't know where you go, so you gotta do it all over again. What a piece of shit. That's what it is. You know, there are people out there that might actually like this type of game, that will be willing to put up with all of its nuisances, all of its poor game design choices. Just make excuses for it constantly. Well, you know what? Not you and not me. Not me and not you. Especially not when there's plenty of other RPGs out there that execute it a lot better here. It makes me so mad that I had to play through this entire game for you. I'm sorry. I'm trying to come up with positive things about this game. So let's do that here. I liked how it was kind of hardcore at the beginning, you know, picking up berries, picking up branches, hitting animals with sticks, and trying to stay alive and cooking your food. But But then that just got tedious with all of the annoyances that appears later. Okay, maybe 20 hours in, when you get to start to use magic, there's some pretty funny looking spells like levitation. Like you're riding a magic carpet, and there's also the transformation skill that puts you in and transform you into a little snail slug bug, and you get to go into these little cracks. Those are cool spells, and with the Xbox, there's some easy achievements. But all of that is just not really worth enduring everything else to get to that. And that's why this game gets a final verdict of 3 out of 10. This is a poor effort. And it's lucky that I didn't rate it lower, because there's a massive amount of content, over 60 hours of gameplay. But the question is, will you even want to go through all of it? And it's particularly sad because there are some cool ideas in here that just were not executed well at all. The whole thing is overshadowed by technical issues, a punishing level up system, and a relatively boring storyline. Again, maybe it's from a small team of developers, but that's not our problem. There's no sense in making excuses, and there is no excuse for the counterproductive interface. Now, when this one goes to the bargain bin, which it will, maybe you could pick it up to see what it's like to better appreciate some of the other Western RPGs that are out there. But other than that, just stay away from this game. I'll see you guys on the next Angry Joe show.
Sounds pretty fucking simple to me.
Yes!